Lepa Brena. Fahreta Živojinović ni Jahić, Serbian Cyrillic, Fahreta Živojinović ni Jahić, born 20 October 1960, known by her stage name Lepa Brena Serbian Cyrillic. Lepa Brena is a Bosnian-born and former Yugoslavian pop folk singer, actress and businesswoman. She is the best-selling female recording artist from the former Yugoslavia. Lepa Brena grew up in Brčko, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and has lived in Belgrade, Serbia since 1980, where she started her career. Lepa Brena is considered to be a symbol of the former Yugoslavia, due to the fact that she was one of the last popular acts to emerge before the breakup of Yugoslavia. She has described herself as being Yugo-nostalgic. Along with her husband, Slobodan Živojinović, and friend, Saša Popović. In 2019, they decided to sell Grand production for €30 million. Early life. Born into a Bosniak family in the outskirts of Tuzla, Bosnia and Herzegovina, she grew up in Brčko as the youngest child of Abid Jahić c. 1928-22 October 2010 and Iftani Smajlovic, 15 April 1934-21 November 2014. Both of her parents are originally from villages near Srebrenik. Her father was born in Jesenak, and her maternal family hailed from Jahić. Fahreta grew up in a Muslim home with sister Fahreta and brother Faruk. At the start of the Bosnian War in 1992, her sister Fahreta emigrated to Canada, where she lives today, while Brena stayed in Belgrade, where she had been living since 1980. Her first performance for an audience was in the 5th grade at a local festival, singing a Kemal Matino song named Fahreta Živojinović. She later reflected, "It was the only time in my life that I've ever experienced stage fright." Afterwards, she started performing regularly at dance parties in Brčko. While a guest on a Croatian television show in March 2014, she was asked if she was ashamed of having a Muslim name, to which she replied, "Why would I be ashamed? I was and stay what I am. Today I am Fahreta. I am proud of my parents and roots." She said of her stage name that Brena was given to her by her basketball coach Vlado, while the epithet Lepa Lit. Beautiful or pretty was given to her by showman Minimax. Career. 1980–1983, Slatki Gray and career beginnings. In early 1980, at the age of 19, Fahreta began singing with a band called Lira Show when the group's original singer Spasa left the band because her husband, a boxer, did not want his wife to be a singer. Saša Popović. She subsequently moved to Novi Sad and then to Belgrade. Brena's first performance with Lira Show occurred on 6 April 1980 in the Hotel Tourist in Bačka Palanka. Lira Show changed their name to Slatki Gray Sweetsin in 1981. Brena and Slatki Gray premiered their first studio album, Kakak Kakak, on 3 February 1982. The album was written mostly by Milutin Popović Zahar, and the career manager was Vladimir Cvetkovic. Since her career began in 1980, she has become arguably the most popular singer of the former Yugoslavia, and a top-selling female recording artist with more than 40 million records sold. The same year, Lepa Brena and Slatki Gray appeared in the first part of Yugoslav classic comedy film A Tight Spot with popular comedian Nikola Simic and actress Ružica Sakic. They would again team up with songwriter Milutin Popović Zahar for their second studio album Mile Voli Disco Mile Loves Disco, released 18 November 1982. In addition to the title song, the album had a couple of other hit songs, Duge Noj Long Legs and Dama is Londona London Lady. In 1983, Lepa Brena and Slatki Gray ended their collaboration with Milutin Popović Zahar and Vladimir Cvetkovic. That same year, Lepa Brena and Slatki Gray participated in Jugovizića, the Yugoslav selection for the Eurovision Song Contest, with the song Sitnij. The song was released on an extended play of the same name, along with another song. Their appearance on Jugovizića caused controversy. Although they did not qualify for the prestigious European competition, Lepa Brena and Slatki Gray won the contest, gaining even more popularity. 1984–1990, Bato and Jahić da Živojinović. 1984 saw Brena and her band begin a cooperation with a new manager and producer, Raka Dakic. Bato Brother, their third album, was released the same year. A new provocative image was accompanied by a new musical style, different from the one fostered by Popović. Later that year, they held a concert in neighboring Romania at the stadium in Timisoara to an audience of 65,000, what was at time among the most successful concerts of a Yugoslav musician outside their home country. Their next three albums, Pile Moj, My Little One, 1985, and Voli Me, Voli Love Me, Love and Us, Pantalone Tight Trousers, both 1986, would propel her to the throne of the Yugoslav music scene. Along with these albums, Brena established a cooperation with Serbian folk star Miroslav Ilic and recorded a collaborative extended play Jedan dan Života, One Day of Life, which featured 4 songs, including a romantic duet called Jedan dan Života, and the song Zavela Jugoslavia, Long Live Yugoslavia, which was received with a mixed response. The latter song was in line with Brena's only official political stance and uncompromising support of a united Yugoslavia, with her becoming a symbol of this view. By the end of 1986, Lepa Brena had become the star of Belgrade social jet set and the most popular public figure in Yugoslavia. Brena's manager Raka Dakic came up with the idea that her 7th studio album should be followed by a film in which she would play the lead role. This idea was successfully implemented in 1987 when the motion picture Jahić da Živojinović, Let's Love Each Other was filmed. The film shared the name with the album. Many then popular Yugoslav actors co-starred in the film, including Dragomir Gidra-Bajanic, Milutin Mima Karadzic, Velimir Bata-Živojinović, Milan Streljic, etc. During the premiere of the film on 24 October 1987, Brena met her future husband, Serbian tennis star Slobodan Živojinović. Based on the success of the original, 2 sequels were produced, Jahić da Živojinović 2 1989 and Jahić da Živojinović 3 1990, which was followed by the studio album Boli Me Yugo-nostalgic, I Don't Care About Anything. Boli Me Yugo-nostalgic also had multiple hit songs including Sik Pagodi, Take a Guess, Biskalaja, There Will Be Trouble, Tamba Lamba, and the title track. Their 8th studio album Setiri Godin 4 Years was released on 1 October 1989 and contained the controversial song Jugoslavenka, Yugoslav Woman, with Bosnian rock musician Alen Islamovic. The music video for the pop-folk song Čuvala Me Mama Mum Protected Me was filmed on the Croatian island Lapud. Lepa Brena and Slatki Gray held more than 350 concerts yearly and would often hold 2 concerts in one day. They set a record by holding 31 concerts consecutively at Dom Sindicata and 17 concerts consecutively at the Sava Center. On 24 July 1990, Brena landed with a helicopter at Vasil Levski National Stadium in Sofia, Bulgaria, and held a concert with an audience of 90,000 people. While she was in Bulgaria in July 1990, she met with the Bulgarian mystic Baba Vanga. 1991–1999, Ja Nemam Drugi Dom and Grand Production. Brena and Slatki Gray released their second-to-last album together, Zaljubiska City, Lovelish, in 1991. In December 1993, after 2-year hiatus, Brena premiered her first solo album Ja nemam drugi dom, I Have No Other Home, and held a famous concert in the rain on 13 June 1994 at Belgrade's Tasmajdan Sports Center, which was attended by 35,000 people. After that, she recorded 2 more solo albums, Kazna Bozaja God's Punishment, 1994, and Luda's Autabum Crazy Over You, 1996. In the mid-90s, she had many popular songs, Kazna Bozaja, Luda's Autabum, Svi My Dobro I'd Awesome Ljubavi, I'm Good at Everything But Love, Izdajas Traitor, Maj Si Dragi Ingles Pravi, My Man's Acting an Englishman, I Da Odom is a Leda Bagu, Even If I Go Behind God's Back, Ja nemam drugi dom, Dva Dana 2 Days, and Tai Si Maj Gray You Are My Sin, among others. The music video for Tai Si Maj Gray had an ancient Egyptian theme, with Brena dressed as a pharaoh. Brena became co-founder of the Serbian record label Grand Production, which was formerly known as Zabava Miliona za M. December 1998. 2017, Palmracenj Sunka, hiatus and comeback. After her marriage in 1991, when she briefly moved to the United States, she ceased cooperation with Slatki Gray. However, in 2000, they recorded another album together, Palmracenj Sunka Solar Eclipse, their last album to date. After 8 years of absence from the music business, Lepa Brena returned in 2008 with Yugoslavian, Feel Free to Enter, and Zakarani Krug Vicious Circle in 2011. Both albums were major successes. Beginning in 2012, the first, Izvorn I Novokomponave Narodni Pesmi original and newly composed folk songs, was released in December 2013. She dedicated the album to her ailing mother Ifta, who sang folk songs to her when she was a child. Ifta died the following year. In the month after that album's release, Brena premiered 2 other songs, Lyubav Kuvam za Kraj, I'm Keeping Love for the End, on 28 December 2013, and Zaljabuljani, Veruju You Svi Those in Love Believe in Everything, with lyrics written by Hari Versanovic, on 12 January 2014. On 19 December 2013, Brena, along with Dragana Murkovic, Severina, Jelena Rozga, Haris Dizanovic, Akalukas, and Jelena Karlusa, was a guest at a humanitarian concert by Goran Bregovic at the Olympic Hall Juan Antonio Samaranch in the Bosnian capital city Sarajevo for the Roma in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Brena arrived in Sarajevo 2 days before the concert so that she could enjoy the city with friends before the concert. She said in an interview, Sarajevo has suffered and survived so much. I'm really glad to see positive people and happiness in this city. Lepa Brena and Steven Seagal were the stars of Belgrade 2016 New Year Party, an event held at Nikola Pašić Square in front of the Serbian National Assembly and attended by 60,000 people. In December 2017, Brena published 2 new songs, Zargi Vezno da LCP Jeva ili Peva. Does it matter whether it's sung in Ijkavian or sung in Akavian, and Bolis I Ni Prolazis You Hurt and You Don't Heal, as teasers for her new album expected to be published in the beginning of 2018. Personal life. Her wedding to Serbian tennis star Slobodan Živojinović on 7 December 1991 was a media event throughout Yugoslavia. The lavish ceremony took place at Belgrade's Intercontinental Hotel. The level of interest in the event was such that Brena's manager Raka Dokic released a VHS tape of the wedding. Their public relationship has been providing steady fodder for various tabloid publications ever since. The Živojinović's first child, a son named Stefan, was born in New York City on 21 May 1992. Their second son Victor was born 30 March 1998. Brena broke her leg in a skiing accident in November 1992, and it took 6 months for her to heal. Her manager and producer Yugo-nostalgic died suddenly on 30 October 1993. On 23 November 2000, the couple's elder son Stefan was kidnapped by members of the Zemun mafia. After they paid a ransom of 2,500,000 Deutschmarks in cash, he was released, having been held for 5 days. She has resided in Belgrade since 1980 and currently lives there with her husband, while their sons are studying in the United States. In a 2014 interview, she stated that she is still healing from the trauma of the kidnapping incident. After the debacle and family drama, she went on hiatus once again, lasting 8 years, living between Belgrade and the American city Miami, Florida with her family. Brena and her husband have a home in Coconut Creek, Florida, where they lived during the 1999 NATO bombing of Yugoslavia, although Brena visited Yugoslavia during the bombing and took part on one of the public morale-raising concerts on Belgrade's Republic Square. She also has an apartment in Monte Carlo, French Riviera, and another townhouse on Fisher Island, also in Florida. In 2010, Brena and her husband purchased a 5-bedroom villa with an in-ground heated pool on one of Miami's islands at a cost of $1.6 million. In October 2010, her father, Abid Jahić, was severely injured when a bus hit him as he walked in the town of Brčko. He was transported to a hospital in Tuzla, where he died on 22 October 2010, aged 82. He was buried in a Muslim funeral 3 days after his death. Brena, her 2 siblings and mother, along with other family members and citizens of Brčko, attended the funeral. She later regarded the months after her father's death as the emotionally most difficult time of her life. Her mother Ifta died 21 November 2014, aged 80. She was buried in a Muslim funeral in Brčko next to her husband. Brena was hospitalized on 27 July 2012 when she complained of pain, was diagnosed as having venous thrombosis, a blood clot. She remained in the hospital for 3 days, then was released. A similar incident had occurred in October 2004 when a blood clot in her hand was removed. In August 2012, she was forced to cancel 3 months of scheduled concerts to deal with further complications with her illness. She was again hospitalized on 25 July 2014 while at holiday in the Croatian resort of Novi Vinodolski, where she fell down the stairs and broke both arms. She was hospitalized for 5 days and spent her month-long recovery at a local hotel. On 2 January 2015, Brena fell down the stairs again during a family vacation at Zlatibor, Serbia, and hurt her wrist. Unlike the previous incident, this injury did not require surgery. However, because of this, she stayed hospitalized in Belgrade and rescheduled upcoming performances in the Bosnian towns Zvinis and Travnik. Controversy. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, ethnic tensions which started rising in Yugoslavia and eventually led to country's breakup. Some Bosniaks viewed her as a traitor as she was a Bosniak who sang and spoke with an Akavian accent, which is predominantly spoken in Serbia, and she married Serbian Slobodan Živojinović. Several tabloids claimed that she had converted from Islam to Serbian Orthodoxy, and that she had changed her name from Fahreta to Jelena. She intensely denied these allegations. In socialist Yugoslavia, religions in general were an unpopular topic, and people acknowledged the religion to which belonged in relation to its family roots, but were overwhelmingly non-practitioners. In that sense, being a Yugoslav icon, Lepa Brena never publicly spoke about her religious beliefs beyond stating that he had grown up being Sunni Muslim. In 2009, Numerous Bosniaks and Croats protested when her concerts in Sarajevo on 30 May and in Zagreb on 13 June were announced. The reason behind the protests were pictures allegedly shot in 1993 during the Bosnian War, in which she appears wearing the uniform of the Army of Republika Srpska in the besieged town of Brčko, where she grew up. In the pictures taken and published by one Serbian magazine, she appears giving support to Bosnian Serb soldiers, which were at that time involved in intense fighting against Croatian and Bosniak forces in Posavina front. This is why Croatian and Bosnian protesters were angered, calling her a traitor, and Setnik, a feminine version of Chetnik, used derogatively in Croatia for labeling Serbs or pro-Serbian people. The concerts went ahead as scheduled with no incidents, and she claimed the uniform was from the set of a 1990 music video for her song Tamba Lamba, in which she wore a similar uniform while filming at a zoo in Kenya for the film Jahić da Si Volimo 3. However, when compared side by side, the uniforms are different. Brena also claimed she was only in Brčko in 1993 to rescue her parents. Discography: Studio albums, Extended plays, Sitnij, Sile, Sitnij 1983, Jedan Dan Zavota with Miroslav Ilic 1985, Compilations, Lepa Brena and Slatki Gray 1990, Lepa Brena The Best of Dupli CD 2003, Lepa Brena Hitovi 6 CD a 2016. Filmography: Film, Tesna Koza 1982, Nema Problema 1984, Kamion Zij Panovo Voz 1984, Jahić da Si Volimo 1987, Jahić da Si Volimo 2 1989, Jahić da Si Volimo 3 1990. Documentary: Lepa Brena Godin Slatka Greta 2017. Television: Ni Orit Ivona 1982, Jugovizaja 1983, Kamion Zij 2 1983, Jugovizaja 1986, Obrazas Obraz Novogodišnji Special 1991 TV film, Novogodišnji show program sa Lepom Brenom 2002, Kursed Zij 2007 TV show, 1-episode role, Lassie 2009 Bosnian TV series special guest star, Vis sa Lepom Brenom 2014 TV show, Paparazzi 2017 Bulgarian TV show. Tours and concerts. Tours: Great Yugoslav Tour 1983, Great Yugoslav Tour 84-1984, Udi Slobodno Tour 2008-11, Zakarani Krug Tour 2011-17, Zarji Vazno da LC Peva ili Pijeva, World Tour 2017-20, Residency concerts. Lepa Brena live at Dom Sindicata 1987,